Hi folks, today we're going to take a look at Amagansett Press and his son watching The Watchmen. Now I know this video is a bit older and it's probably been seen around the community maybe quite a few times, but I want to take a crack at it and put my own 2 cents on it. So let's watch these two idiots get trespassed and nearly arrested at a state-controlled liquor store, shall we?
Amagansett Press. And we are coming to you today from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and we are at a state-owned liquor store here in Coeur d'Alene. Here in Idaho, it's a similar situation to Utah. Not sure if you saw any of our video there.
Hey, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
But the state owns some of the liquor stores here in Idaho, and we're just going to pay a little visit on them and find out if they have any issues with us taking photographs and video on public property. I am out with Watching the Watchman today. He's over there somewhere doing his intro, and appreciate you guys stopping by. Good to see you, and hopefully this will be an interesting one for you. So I know the one in Utah was. If you haven't seen that yet, check it out. I'll leave a link in the description.
I'm going to apologize in advance. There will be some jump cuts ahead. Because, well, frankly, I don't want to subject you guys all to all the dead air, very little talking, and his padding of street views and seagulls. Because why? He wants to make the longest video possible to get the most money he can. So, let's jump ahead and see what happens, shall we?
Idaho Liquor Division must be 21 with valid ID to enter or be accompanied by a parent. Well, that's good. That means Watchman could come inside with me. Nice. This property is monitored by audio, video surveillance, cameras for the protection of our customers and employees. They are hiring.
It's funny that you zoom in on the hiring sign. Are you trying to tell us something? Do you want to give up the frauditing? I mean, if you did and you got a job at the liquor store, I'd be real proud of you. I mean, at least you'd be doing something more noble and honorable than e-begging for money, harassing people, and wasting tax dollars by having the cops called on you at all times.
If you haven't played Powerball or Mega yet, get your tickets. Almost 300 million on each. If you do that sort of thing. Some folks having a good time. And as you can see, the liquor store is right next to a supermarket called Lakeside Harvest Foods. They share a parking lot here.
Yeah, you too.
You can catch a little glimpse of the scenery there off in the distance.
I'm going to jump ahead again because, well, we can all clearly see the nice trees, the beautiful blue sky, and, well, frankly, a parking lot, which is really riveting. I mean, Amagansett Press, you really know what the people want to see.
How you doing?
What are we filming?
Sorry?
What are we filming?
Oh, I'm just in the middle of something, but thanks.
Sir, he's filming a shitty YouTube video just so he can make a few bucks and not get a real job. His son's doing the same thing. Double income, you know. But they're also being creeps. I mean, it seems like they're filming people just to judge them. Like they have a problem with them buying alcohol.
videoing.
You right now.
I know, I'm videoing you too. So what are you guys videoing for?
They're videoing people going into a liquor store to judge them and to put it on YouTube. Because simply, they can't do anything better with their lives. And, well, they just want to be creeps.
Post it like I am?
Probably the same reason you are.
Yeah.
See, there's a person that asks, doesn't get their answer, asks again, doesn't get their answer, asks again, and eventually it'll turn into a demand. And why are you harassing me? So just better off to stay out of those things. She can create a situation all on her own if she likes to.
You do those First Amendment audits on YouTube? Is that what you're doing?
Sorry?
You do those First Amendment audits on YouTube?
First Amendment, what is the First Amendment audit?
The whole reason you're there is to do a First Amendment audit. The whole reason you're there is to record people in public. Those were your words in the beginning of the video. Look, you don't want to play your cards right? Don't play the game. But I think this guy might be a shill for you guys, or somebody who actually watches your videos and thinks you guys are right. Honestly, I hope the latter.
Or like your video in public or whatnot?
Oh, I do video in public.
Oh, I was just curious if that's what you're doing.
Yeah, no.
You look familiar.
Could be the beard.
Could be weird.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Handsome guys always look familiar.
Hey, that's what I get too.
Right on, man. Have a good day. Appreciate you. And sometimes I'm into the conversations, and sometimes I just want to be left alone to do as I do. The bottom line is, at the end of the day, if you're standing on public property and minding your own business, you don't owe anybody an explanation of what you're doing. If you feel like explaining yourself, that's entirely up to you. If you don't want to explain yourself, there's no reason you should have to. But did you notice that guy didn't say anything when he went in? So the woman that went in that was taking your picture or video or whatever must have said something out loud. He heard it, and then that gave him the juice to come out and say something about it. That's how it usually goes. Nobody will say anything until one person becomes boisterous. One little spark can set the whole forest fire off. And then they try to spin it into you're creating a disturbance, you're scaring customers away. So best off to just mind your business sometimes and do as you do. Oh, you have a Coeur d'Alene officer pulling in. Going to get some coffee. So the cop's either getting coffee or he's pulling up to ask them what they know about us.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
We'll find out in a minute. Stay tuned.
I know all that distress caused you to fall.
Yeah. You guys can't be loitering in front of our building.
Oh, I'm not loitering.
You are. I'm
That's
gonna call.
Shenanigans. I am calling shenanigans on this. You are loitering. You're not there at the store to buy any distilled spirits. You're not there to buy tobacco products. You're not there to buy a lotto ticket. You're there to film people, to annoy people, to creep people out. You're not there to do anything. You're trying to exercise your First Amendment rights, which, by the way, don't work on a non-traditional public forum, such as that state-controlled liquor store.
Every single person that walked in complained about you guys.
Do you know the definition of loitering?
You.
When you stand in front of the store.
Standing in front of the store, hanging out without a purpose.
Yeah, I would call too.
Yeah.
You're a little fire starter, aren't you? Yeah, and you're proud of yourself. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you'll be part of the whole solution.
You can put me down for that too.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Give her your ID.
I did.
Yeah, good. Very good. Some love freedom, some can't stand it,
I
huh?
got your picture already. I turned it in.
Oh, well, you can go home and play with yourself looking at it.
Wow. Simply wow. Why would you say such a disgusting, vulgar thing? This just proves how much of a creep you are. Let's not forget, that can be fined as a sexual harassment charge. And in some states, that's an arrestable offense. You know, you can't go cross country when you're locked up in county, can you, boy?
And just to be clear,
Hey guys,
yes, sir.
you can film out in the parking lot, but you got to get off our property
Why's that?
because you're bothering the customer.
No, I'm purposely staying 20 feet back from the door, not bothering anybody.
We don't care what your
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god, stop fucking lying.
My apologies, people. Some of the video was corrupted at the part where the manager was telling them to leave the property, but they could film in the parking lot, which is not the store's property, and that they are in fact bothering the customers. I will link the original video in in the description box, so you guys can have a source to see the full unedited video for my segments. Again, I apologize.
Right, which makes it public property. Sure it is.
Like I said,
What I'm doing is I'm an investigative journalist and I'm working on a story.
let me see your credentials.
Well, I don't really care what your purpose is, and I'm not interested in having the conversation.
If you don't show your credentials, we're going to call the cops.
You can call whoever you want to call. That's up to you.
Okay.
Knock yourself out.
Let's see your ID.
Let's see your ID, yeah.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And on whose authority do you have to ask for ID? You are not law enforcement. You're not state certified agents. You two are a couple of frauditors and a couple of creeps who think you guys are big and bad.
Cops are right here.
There's an officer right there.
Cops are right here. So we have Coeur d'Alene vehicle K27, plate P1594.
What's up, guys?
How we doing?
What are you guys up to?
Can I just ask name and badge number so I know who I'm talking to?
My name is Officer Kayafa.
Kayafa.
Yeah. Hi, sir. Would you like these gentlemen to leave here?
Pardon me?
Would you like them? Are they go here, or do you want them to leave?
We do want them to leave. They're standing here. They're filming the customers for...
Okay. So you want them trespass?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Well, you can't, nobody, first of all,
Do you have ID on you?
First of all, let me have a conversation with you. I was not asked.
Right, can I get a cover?
I was not asked to leave.
Okay.
Okay. I'm standing out here
You dumb bastard.
on public property. Okay, this is not private property.
I understand, but he doesn't want you in the liquor store, so...
You were asked to leave. He said, hey, you can film in the parking lot, but you can't film at the store or on the store's property. That's him telling you to leave.
You could stay in the parking lot. You just can't go on the side of
I didn't go. I'm standing 20 feet back
you
from the
have ID
door,
on
so
you?
of course I have ID on me.
I have to trespass you, so I need to formally
No,
get your ID.
no, what are you trespassing me for? I didn't commit a crime.
I have to put it in our system, so I have to ID you.
No, that's not the way it works.
Okay.
You better call a supervisor. It's not the way
Okay.
it works. I'm standing out.
Dude, I
Listen,
don't want to get arrested for disorderly or anything.
there's no disorderly.
Okay.
I'm having a
Do you have
civil
ID on you?
conversation with you. Listen to me.
totally
Okay,
haven't-
I'm standing on public property.
understand.
Okay, and I'm not breaking the law.
But they want you trespass from their store, so I
They,
need to ID
they can
you.
only have me trespass. I didn't go in the store. And a matter of fact, where's their property line? Where's the property line? As far as I'm concerned, I'm not on their property anymore. I'm here
Well,
talking
were.
to you.
Right, and I saw you on
Right,
it.
so, well, if I left, I left.
I know. So I need to. They want you formally trespassed. So I need your identification.
I'm not going to get formally trespassed from somewhere I have a right to be. If you're asking me to leave under threat of arrest, then I will leave. But I'm not going to be trespassed from somewhere I have a right to be.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
They are trespassing you, so I need to get your identification.
They can't trespass me. There's no
Okay.
lawful basis to trespass me.
Oh, really? I'm smelling shenanigans again. Here are two cases that can prevent that. 1987 Supreme Court case, Airport Commissioners versus the Jews for Jesus. In balancing the government's interest and limiting the use of its properties against those who wish to use the property for expressing their activities, the court has defined the three types of forums: the traditional public forum, the government designated forum, and the non-public forum. the liquor store is considered a non-public forum. Therefore, you can be trespassed from there. And since you guys keep saying this, the Supreme Court case of Greer versus Spa, 1976, saying the government can protect its interests and its properties by trespassing there and not allowing you, because government properties do not and have not given anybody the access or the right to express their First Amendment rights. There are non-traditional forums.
It's a private property that you're allowed.
It's not a private property. It's owned by the state.
Okay. Do you have ID on you, or you're just going to do the same thing that he's doing?
I don't have idea.
I would like to speak to a supervisor, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Nobody's breaking the law. I'm taking pictures out in public. You're going to try to trespass somebody and arrest somebody for taking pictures in public? I wouldn't do that if I was you. It's not a good idea. And a matter of fact, we're not even on their property.
Did you need anything from me?
I'm going to get your name, yeah, so you're Frank.
Frank
Yeah,
Ryerson?
when they were in front of your property.
Yes, they're still here. And they said they're investigative journalists.
That's fine.
I said, let me
I told them what I'm doing. I said I'm working on a story.
Right.
And they're taking pictures of the customers.
Perfectly legal.
It is?
Of course it is. I'm in public.
I could do that.
They could do that.
Yes, it is perfectly legal to take pictures in public property and in public. But when you're on that store's property, they can tell you to leave like they did and not to take pictures. But they told you to leave instead.
But they don't have to do it on our property, right?
Right. No,
I'm not on your property any longer, am I?
I'm going to get a couple down here and we'll figure it out.
Frank, can I ask you where the property line is?
Frank, what's your last name?
Ryerson. R-Y-A-S-O-N.
Mr. Ryerson, can you tell me where the property line is?
No.
Well, then how am I supposed to leave your property if I don't know where it is?
I said you can go out in the middle of the parking lot.
I'm
This is still our...
I'm right in front of this building.
Yes.
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 That's not the way it works. I want a supervisor.
Calm down, Karen. You don't get to run the show here. The cops do.
You're not going to trespass me for perfectly lawful, constitutionally protected activity. Otherwise, you're going to be facing a very serious lawsuit, and I don't want to do that either. That's not funny. It's really not funny. You just threaten to arrest me.
I'm not threatening.
You got to think, you got a lot of serious things going on in this town, and you're threatening me with arrest for taking pictures in
I need your ID so I
public.
can formally put you in our system as your trespasser.
That's not the way it works. I'm not going to formally be in your system. I didn't break the law. He asked me, when you pulled up, what was I doing? I was walking off of the property, correct? I was walking up to your car. I was walking off the property, correct? So he asked me to leave and I left.
Okay.
End of story. I'm not going to be trespassed from somewhere.
Okay.
That's unreasonable. And unlawful. Are you going to get a supervisor for me?
I'm getting whoever's coming down.
Okay. And I wish we could have had a more cordial conversation. You don't seem interested in that.
Well, I've asked you for your ID several times. I'm being very...
Is that a lawful request?
Yes, it is a lawful request.
How do you feel that's a lawful request? It's really not.
Because in Idaho, to put you in the system for trespass, they need your name. They need your date of birth. You could easily give them that, and you could be on your way. But instead, you want to waste time. So, to get your formal trespass, like all of you guys say you need to have, you need to give ID. But you're not doing that, so you're delaying the system.
The private,
it's not a private business.
Their business wants to trespass you. I have to get your
I already left.
Okay.
They can't trespass.
I have to identify you at first. So
no, that's not the way it works. You're not getting my ID, so get a supervisor down here. That's not the way it's happening. I asked you what your name and badge number was. You gave me your name. You didn't tell me your badge number.
We don't have badge numbers. We have call numbers.
What's your call number? What is it?
K48.
K48. Okay, very good. It's not K27? No? You realize this is state-owned property and it's a state-owned business, right? Am I being detained right now?
Yeah, because you're not giving me your ID.
So I'm being detained?
Right now you're not free to leave, no.
I'm not free to leave. Okay, very good. So if you're gonna, are you threatening me with arrest if I don't give you my ID? If you're giving me a threat of arrest and you want my ID...
I need to identify you, yes.
So under threat of arrest, are you...
I just need your ID.
Well, if you're not threatening arrest, then I'm not gonna give you my ID. If you're telling me you're gonna arrest me if I don't give it to you, I'll give it to you under duress. That's up to you. I know exactly what I'm doing, and I know what the law is, and you need to educate yourself before you make a big mistake for the Coeur d'Alene Police Department.
I'm waiting for my cover to come here
Okay.
before I do anything. Okay.
Well, I'm telling you, if you want my ID under threat of arrest, I will happily give it to you.
Well, you denied that, so.
No, I didn't deny anything. I'm telling you, I'll give it to you. You're just creating it. You're making it. You're just trying. You're on an ego power trip, trying to make a scene out of something that doesn't exist.
I told you exactly how it works. I need to put you in our system that you are trespassed from the liquor store.
And what happens if I don't give you my ID? That's a reasonable question.
You're resisting.
So that's an arrestable offense.
It is an arrestable offense.
And would you arrest me for that?
I am waiting for a cover right now. I'm not going to argue with you.
I'm telling you, I will give you my ID if you're threatening me with arrest.
I'm not going to talk to you when you're arguing with me.
I'm trying to tell you that if you want my
Boom. Roasted.
ID and you're telling me you're going to arrest me, I will give you my ID. That's not arguing.
Okay.
That's offering to comply with your demand, but you're obviously looking for a problem. And I'm not trying to give you one. I'm just trying to be a free individual standing up for my rights, and I know what my rights are.
The business wants you trespassed. And I knew who I was speaking to, so I could formally do that in our system.
Well, that's what I'm asking you. So if I don't give you my ID, are you going to arrest me?
I need your ID, please.
I'm asking you, if you don't, what will happen? If I don't give it to you, what's going to happen?
She's being way too generous. Look, in Idaho, resisting or obstructing an officer is, as quote, willfully resisting or delaying or obstructing any public officer in his discharge or attempt to discharge of any duty of his office. So, by you not wanting to give your ID, you are obstructing. You are resisting. So you can be charged and arrested. But she's trying not to arrest you. Why can't you get that through your head, bruh?
Dude, I told you right now, that's what I'm asking you to do. They want you formally trespassed from their store.
How are you?
Howdy.
Good, how are we doing?
Pretty good.
Good. Can I just ask name and badge number so I know I'm speaking to?
You're talking to her.
Okay.
Can I
well, she's refusing to answer my question.
You're talking to her.
Can I please have your ID?
I will give you my ID if you're threatening me with arrest.
I told you exactly what's happening. If you cannot do it, it's a resisting charge.
Okay, well, if you're telling me, so you're telling me you're going to arrest me if I don't give you my ID, correct?
She's telling you she doesn't want to charge you with trespassing and obstructing.
So if I don't give you my ID, I will be arrested.
You will.
You just earned yourself a lawsuit. Happy day. Good for you.
Because I don't think you.
Okay.
You understand
the law? There you go. Oh, I understand the law very well. You don't.
So listen, they want you trespassed,
I just gave her my ID. End of story.
No, listen, they want you trespassed, right?
They have no lawful reason to ask me to be trespassed.
But they do. It's their business.
There's no lawful reason. This is state property. I'm standing here taking pictures. You're going to arrest me for taking photographs in public?
No. Listen,
yes.
It's their business, right? So they want you trespassed, meaning you can't come in.
That's fine, trespass, but you just earned yourself a lawsuit.
No, they want you trespassed.
No, you're going to. Well, you guys are the ones demanding my ID under threat of arrest. So
well,
now,
we
I'm going to sue you.
facilitate it, right?
Well, now I'm going to sue you. Just facilitated a lawsuit against Coeur d'Alene, and I'm going to win. And that's the way that goes. And I'm going to name you personally, and I'm informing you right now that you're violating my rights. Okay. And I'm also informing you that you're violating my rights, so you're aware of that.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
11, 12.
You just violated my Fourth Amendment
rights.
Oh, I understand.
The business,
you
right?
don't know who I am. This is not a business. This is a public. This is a public entity.
So you're saying they don't have the right to kick out people who are being disruptive?
Only if I'm violating the law. I was not being disruptive. I was standing 20, 30 feet away from the doorway.
Well, I don't know what you were doing, but they want you
So
trespassed.
why would you accuse me of being disruptive if you don't know what I was doing? It's all on 2 cameras.
Because they want you trespassed, right?
Well, they could want me sent to Mars. You're going to do that too? You have to follow the law, buddy. That's the way it works. Okay. Can I get a supervisor, please? I've asked 15 times. Or do I have to call 911 myself?
Do it.
You're not going to get a supervisor?
She's
boom. Roasted.
Already called for one.
Okay. How we doing, bud?
Not too bad. How are you?
Oh, pretty lousy right now. Yeah. I didn't know it was against the law to take pictures in public in Coeur d'Alene.
Didn't say it was. I just got here, so.
Yeah, well, nobody knows much, huh?
Same last name, first of Benjamin. I-N for last.
This is what you do to people that take pictures in public in Coeur d'Alene.
Listen, the business wants you trespassed.
It doesn't matter.
It does.
This is public property.
If you
do you
had a
understand that
business-
this is public? If I had a business, it would be private property.
Okay.
This is public property.
Stop breaking the law, asshole!
I covered it earlier, man. You are breaking the law. The private property doesn't matter. Even if it's public property, it doesn't matter. It's a government-owned property. It's not a public forum. You can't just record there. They can trespass you. You guys need to understand in your little frauditing communities. Understand this. Not every public place is a public forum. Understand.
You're making a mistake. You can smile and smirk all you want.
No, so listen. So let's say if you had a business, right?
It would be a private business, correct?
Open to the public, right?
No, it would be open to whoever I allow into my private business.
Okay, so what
That's
if
not the way it works. Private property and public property is a different story. Completely different story. Completely different set of rules. The only way you could trespass me, the only way you could trespass me off of public property is if I've committed a crime. You cannot trespass someone from public property when they have committed no crime. That's the way that works. You're going to learn the law today. You're
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
making a mistake.
So,
and I tried to be civil with her, and I tried to have a conversation. She's just running her little ego trip, and that's what she wants to do because she feels like she's got a gun and a badge and she can order people around. This is not the way the world works. This is not the way the Constitution of the United States works. You people swore an oath to the Constitution, and you swore an oath to protect my rights, and now you've just violated my First Amendment right and my Fourth Amendment right. And you're going to learn that from a judge in court. I have very good attorneys, and you have no idea who you're messing with. No idea.
So you go places looking for a lawsuit?
No, I go places looking to take photographs and video.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's a state,
on public property.
It's a state-owned liquor store.
That's correct. Yep.
And if somebody's being, let's say to somebody,
I was not being disruptive.
Okay.
Where's your proof I was being disruptive? You don't have any.
You
have no lawful reason to ask for my ID. You made a mistake.
Somebody's
you made a mistake.
No, can you follow my question?
Your logic is flawed. You made a mistake.
So let's say somebody goes in there and they're being super belligerent. I'm
I
not
didn't
saying
go
that's
in
what
there.
you did.
I don't know. Let's talk about reality, not subjective possibilities.
Well, I'm going to run the scenario by you. Tell me what you
No,
think.
why don't you run the proper scenario by me, which is what happened. Why don't you run the scenario that I'm standing 20, 30 feet away from the door, not talking to anybody, minding my own business, taking video on public property, and you're going to trespass me for that. You fucked up. I'm sorry. That's a mistake, and you're going to learn that today. And it's going to cost you. You're going to lose your qualified immunity because you're aware that you're violating my constitutional rights. That's the way this game works.
No,
yes, yes.
I'm trying to explain to you what I'm trying to give you a scenario.
You're giving me a scenario that doesn't exist.
And then let's talk about your
All
scenario.
right.
I'm ending the video here. They do get trespassed, but not formally. They end up going to the police department to try to file a complaint, but end up getting a hold of somebody who, because the police at the department, it's answering the phones because, well, the department is closed. If you guys like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a thumbs up and a comment because it helps me with the algorithm. I'll put my links down below. I hope you guys have a good day. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you all next time.